On a beautiful day in Columbus, Ohio, the San Jose Earthquakes get set to meet the Los Angeles Galaxy for MLS Cup 2001. Representatives of the New York City Police and Fire Departments are on hand for a ceremonial toss of the coin before today's game. And it's great to see them having a little bit of fun after the harrowing last 5 weeks that they have gone through. Troy Dyack in the center of the screen. You can see Landon Donovan to his left. Dyack, the comeback player of the year, exploded a disc in his neck after trying to come back without having it surgically repaired. Doctors said he'd never play again, but he's back. Paul Caligiuri never will play an MLS game again after today. This is the end of a brilliant and landmark American career. He played in Germany, he played for the national team, and scored perhaps the most important goal in U.S. national team history that got us into the 1990 World Cup. And now he seeks to finish off a great MLS career with the Cup. MLS Cup 2001 on ABC Sports can be heard in Spanish by pressing the SAP button on your remote. The game is on. The Earthquakes wearing the all-white, and the Galaxy in the teal with the gold trim. This is Jimmy Conrad, who played for Ziggy Schmidt, the LA coach at UCLA. Greg Fanny, now Eklund gives it away. A rare mistake in midfield. Cienfuegos, Simon Elliott, first touch pass. Dyack heads it wide, looking for Russell. Caligiuri comes through, and Russell has the foul on him. No surprise there, as Russell committed 42 fouls in the regular season. He was the team leader in that category. Greg Fanny, very talented left foot, lofts it into Joe Cannon's end, and he will look the other way. We'd like to thank Lego and all of our sponsors for allowing us to bring you MLS Cup 2001 without interruption. Donovan against Fanny, tries to move down the outside. Fanny has to push him to keep him from going around to the corner. Landon Donovan, the most fouled player in all of MLS in the 2001 playoffs.
And Landon Donovan, the player that almost single-handedly eliminated the Columbus Crew right here.
Mulrooney into the box. Cerritos goes down against Ezra Hendrickson. Vanny serves a soft ball. Corrales chips it back across the box. Caligiuri heads it to safety. LA scrambling a bit defensively. Mulrooney, a very underrated player here. Number 8 in white, will have a lot of looks at him today. He could well end up being a national team player in the near future. Cerritos pops it up off the chest. Mulrooney, good first touch to Donovan. Finds Eklund with a little bit of space, touches it forward for Donovan. Goes outside for Corrales, who's playing in place of the injured Manny Lagos, who blew a hamstring in Wednesday night's semifinal clincher against Miami. Out on the wing, Wade Barrett is in a mismatch against Hendrickson, who gives it up to Agus at midfield. And
Hendrickson was a last-minute decision on whether he could start this game due to a hip flexor problems. We'll have to watch him closely.
Fianas, first touch passing. Elliott, who has come a long way as a player in 2 years. Caligiuri looking for Cienfuegos. Mulrooney challenging hard. And that is what you'll see a lot of from Mulrooney as he tries to neutralize Cienfuegos in midfield.
That will be a matchup you will see at midfield throughout this game. Mulrooney very quick in the tackle. Cienfuegos, of course, the main playmaker for the LA Galaxy.
Russell goes around Cienfuegos, and Elliott parries it over the end line. It'll be a corner kick to the LA Galaxy in the 3rd minute. Late arriving crowd here. Obviously, much different security situation than at past MLS Cups, and logistically it's a little bit difficult for many of the fans to make it here to Cruz Stadium. LA should have an advantage in the air today. Mulrooney, Hartman is there. Hartman still burns after an error in the '99 MLS Cup, which he feels cost his team the game. In the series, LA has a decided advantage, but San Jose won both meetings between the two teams this year. There were supposed to be 2 more that were canceled in the last week of the season after the September 11th attacks. Hernandez going to work against Wade Barrett. Hernandez, the all-time leading scorer for Mexico's national team. Sticks on the ball, stumbles on it. Now tries to get away from Corrales, saves it on the sideline to Hendrickson. Hendrickson away from Cerritos. Mulrooney volleys it out of the air. Fianas tries to bring it down. Tough chance for him. Caligiuri pops it backward for Vandy. You see the blonde locks of Caligiuri. You may not be used to them. That's a dye job, not a midlife crisis.
Caligiuri looking like maybe the guy that fell asleep first at a sleepover party. And they got out Luis Hernandez and Kobe Jones's old dye bottle and did a number on him. Jack, if there's any question of how these teams got here or why they're here, you only have to look at the quality of their opponents in the semifinals. The Miami Fusion, the best team in MLS in the regular season, the winners of the Supporters' Shield, defeated by San Jose in a 3-game series, and LA overcoming a great Chicago team.
Morales looking long for Donovan. Hartman out of his box, heads it away from Donovan. Alert play from Kevin Hartman, whose field play was suspect, and in fact, there was an error off the foot that was instrumental in LA's MLS Cup 1999 loss.
Jack, that mistake in the '99 MLS Cup has made Kevin Hartman a better player. He has cleaned up that aspect of his game, and he is a much cleaner goalkeeper with the ball at his feet.
Matt Reese, the backup keeper for LA, might have more athletic talent, but nobody outworks Kevin Hartman. Hartman lost his job and then got it back in mid-season. He has played every game of this playoff year for LA. Bonnie Eklund, who took a shot from Vianas a couple of minutes ago. Conrad to Russell on the sideline, goes nutmeg against Caligiuri right through the legs. Cienfuegos tries to cut the angle, short post cross, Donovan diving in. Hartman cuts it off first. Hartman with just one shutout in the playoffs so far. Hernandez the flick on for Sasha Victorine, a hard charger who will challenge everything. Conrad, Russell, Cerritos, Mulrooney.
Jack, more amazing about the victories for both of these teams in the semifinal rounds that went to Game 3 on Wednesday night. Both of these teams won in the opponent's stadium, away from home.
Donovan tripped up by Henriksen down in the corner. And that is a corner kick, as ruled by referee Kevin Stott. So San Jose will get another crack here.
Part of the game plan for the San Jose Earthquakes is to have Landon Donovan go out to that left side, because Ezra Hendrickson, the right back for LA, likes to go forward a lot. And they want to exploit, they want to catch Ezra Hendrickson out of position and put Donovan up into that left corner. But Hendrickson would have none of it on that play.
Mulrooney to take the corner. Hartman calling, the header goes over the top. Corrales getting in the mix.
All the pressure on Kevin Hartman because of what happened in '99. A goalkeeper who has to come off his line at times and make quick decisions, in this long ball right up the middle for Landon Donovan. And look at Hartman, he's right at the edge of the penalty area. He has to use his head here because he's about to go outside of the penalty area. So a very good decision, in fact, under pressure by Kevin Hartman in a big match where the last time around he did not make the right decision.
Wade Barrett to take the throw. On the far side, a product of William and Mary. Got out in 1997. Danny Califf pounds it into the stand. Califf has come a long way in this playoff year. He was kind of here and there as a player, but he has applied himself with much better focus and had a standout third game against Chicago, the series clincher in the semis. There's Califf going up over Cerritos. He's limping.
And that's what Califf does best. He's very good in the air, and he's also a tremendous ball winner on the ground.
Conrad goes middle for Cerritos. Pop up on the first touch, now juggles it down to the thigh and loses control out of bounds.
Sasha!
Ziggy Schmidt's LA Galaxy teams always have attacked, almost at the price of giving up good things. Here's a misplay by Hartman. Russell chips for the near post, and Vandy makes sure it'll be another corner kick for San Jose. 3 already just in the 9th minute.
Caligiuri, a piece of history here. 37 years old, playing his final game in MLS. And an important player in the recent history of U.S. soccer.
Mulrooney curls it for the spot. Corrales going up, but Victorine was there. Mulrooney will try again for Corrales, and again Victorine takes it away. Eklund has a lot of space, leaves it off for Barrett. Looking for Donovan at the spot. Victorine kills the ball dangerously, but none of the Earthquakes can hop on it.
Another look at this one. Ball driven in low, always dangerous, and Victorine misplays this. Hartman alert off of his line, and since Victorine did not purposely play it to him, he could use his hands on it.
Cienfuegos goes outside for Kobe Jones. Jones taking on Barrett. Jones generating a lot of emotion from the fans. Barrett takes it away. Jones goes after it. Corrales bangs it toward the middle third of the field. Caleb settles for Vianas.
Feeling a lot of love in here for Kobe Jones.
Coming out square to Caligiuri, who also gets booed. He started MLS in '95 with the Columbus Crew and demanded a trade.
Well, they're booing his hair color.
Diak heads it clear. Vianas draws it back. Eklund goes after him. He has to retreat to Caleb. Here's a misplay. And again, Hartman has to leave the penalty area to play the ball and just guns it downfield.
And he does that because so far in this game, almost all of the attacking pressure has come from the San Jose Earthquakes. The LA Galaxy have not put much together in the attacking half of the field to put pressure on Joe Cannon's goal.
You see how little pressure LA is applying as Cannon comes 40 yards off his line. Hendrickson. Caligiuri underneath Russell cleverly, but it comes out to San Jose. Cerritos with Vanny on his back, sandwiched by Vianas. Mulrooney too hard on the touch. It looks to me as if LA really is feeling out San Jose right now, trying to see how the Earthquakes are going to try to bring the attack to him.
Jack Siggy-Schmidt told us last night that he does not want to give up that first goal because San Jose has a practically perfect record when they score first in a game.
13-0-2 in the regular season when scoring first. Conrad up the line. Donovan flicks on. And again, very cautious play here.
And for San Jose, it's really a huge void for them to try and fill without Manny Lagos. But the fact is, when we talked to Frank Gallup, he said that Landon Donovan could create chances on his own. He doesn't necessarily need Manny Lagos out there with him.
Hernandez against Conrad, squirts it through for Cienfuegos. Here's the first real attack from LA. And it goes out for a corner kick to the Galaxy.
And finally, LA trying to penetrate here. Hernandez into Cienfuegos, who's sneaking into this left corner. Ends up winning this dangerous corner kick. As you see, Ezra Henderson will sneak towards the back post as one of the main targets. Danny Califf could be the best header of the ball in the league.
This is a big problem situation for San Jose. A lot of mismatches. Cannon goes up and snares the ball.
And Califf right there on the doorstep.
Angus gives it away to Cienfuegos near the arc. Hernandez trying to twist away. It's offside. Kobe Jones ruled in behind the play.
Yeah, Kobe Jones was definitely involved in that play, although at the last minute, he appeared to leave the ball for Hernandez.
And now we're going to get a corner kick rule. I am not clear on Kevin Stott's ruling. The flag on the far side clearly was up, but Stott must have ruled play.
It's a judgment call on the passive offside.
Short post corner from Jones, and Mulrooney volleys it out. Vianas. Eklund. Elliott settles, and Vanny has a pasture in front of him. Shipping for Jones. It sits up a bit. Low ball, Agus there as always, but he gives it away to Vianas. Hendrickson, Agus challenges hard. Hendrickson can't turn. Eklund comes in to clean him out. Little extra stuff after the play by Hendrickson. Eklund has noted his number. It's a long game. Here comes Donovan against Caleb. Heel pass. Corrales looks square, takes on Elliott, who picks him clean. Simon Elliott after making the tackle. Now Peter Vianas, he's got Jones in a ton of room down the right side. Kobe Jones with big speed here. Turns it back for Cienfuegos. Barrett gives it away to Victorine. Back to Cienfuegos. The chip goes wide. First touch play. And LA can't find the back of the goal, but they really had San Jose scrambling.
LA is showing that they can break things open. Kobe Jones, a good ball here. And it forces Wade Barrett to send the ball to Sasha Victory, who coolly gets it out front to Cienfuegos. So some scrambling at the back for the San Jose Earthquakes. And good pressure starting on the right wing for Kobe Jones.
Elliott, Cerritos drills it high and wide, just buys a little bit of time. Elliott wants Victorine to go inside. Victorine a big target at 6'2". Tries the flick on header, but Conrad is up higher. Both former UCLA players. Ezra Hendrickson throws the elbow at Donovan. Holds the ball against Corrales, goes outside for Jones. Good work from Ezra Hendrickson. Jones retreats to the perimeter. Califf to Vanning.
Earlier, Hendrickson thought he was fouled by Jeff Hagas, and that's why he retaliated on Eklund. We had that little tiff going on away from the ball.
Cienfuegos grabs Mulrooney, but Mulrooney got the hold first, so it'll be a free kick for LA, about 40 yards from goal. After that very cautious start, we saw what the Galaxy is capable of as Jones sneaked wide at about midfield and found a big hole on the right side, penetrated. San Jose was lucky to escape without giving up the first goal there. Elliott curls it for Hendrickson, goes all the way through for Califf, and it is a goal kick. Coming up next, ABC Sports travels to Orlando to bring you final round coverage from the National Car Rental Golf Classic at Walt Disney World. It's coming up next on ABC. Tiger Woods at last check was about 3 strokes off the lead. Some people think that Landon Donovan is the Tiger Woods of American soccer. He isn't that yet, but he may well be. He is, after all, only 19 years old. Well, after enjoying the first 9 minutes of this game, San Jose is now back on its heels. LA has so many different ways to attack, and it will attack with variety.
The X factor being Ezra Hendrickson out on that right side. He starts as the right back, but he many times ends up as the right winger or even as a goal scorer. 5 game-winning goals in the regular season.
Fianas stepping in to win the head ball. Conrad turns, pops it up. Fianas checks out Russell and then wins the ball from him. A beautiful first touch. Now outside of the foot, trying to feed Victorine through the seam. Dyack cleans it out. Fianas, the only member of the LA Galaxy to play in all 26 regular season games. He has been a rock. Conrad, Mulrooney, Dyack, who's playing with the fused vertebrae in his neck. Donovan, underneath Califf. Califf knocks him down.
Donovan meeting with a lot of physical punishment, much as he did against Jamaica in the World Cup qualifier that put the USA into the 2002 World Cup.
It sits in the corner for Russell, but it squirts over the goal line. Danny Califf busted his nose surfing. There was a bit of a cover-up on the story, and he took a lot of flack for it. Some accused him of not being focused on soccer. But Ziggy Schmidt says he's really impressed at how Califf has become a professional athlete. He's watching what he eats. He's taking care of himself. He shows up and he trains hard. He's become much more of a pro instead of just a guy who's pretty talented at soccer and might be around for a couple of years.
He was a member of the 2000 Olympic squad, as was Sasha Victorine, who just drew this foul for the LA Galaxy, getting hammered by Jimmy Conrad. And that's a matchup that Frank Yallock wanted. He wanted Conrad physically, the height differential, both tall players. He wanted Victorine tied up by Jimmy Conrad.
Caligiuri comes middle for Vianas, trying to get away from Conrad. Now he comes all the way over to the New Zealander, Simon Elliott. Eklund takes advantage of Elliott's bad first touch, now plays it forward. Here comes Corrales charging, Cerritos creating space with the diagonal run to the outside. Eklund settles, Mulrooney. Wade Barrett loves to push forward, has a couple of assists. Corrales, Donovan showing to the ball. And Mulrooney brings it back to the perimeter to Agus, who has played every minute of all 28 plus, this being his 29th MLS playoff games, and has played every minute of all 9 World Cup qualifiers for the United States this year. Aegis, one of the all-time Iron Men of American soccer. But he gives away a pass in the middle third here. Hernandez juggles it up. Dyak steps in to thwart him. Outside for Cienfuegos. There goes Jones on a hard run against Barrett. Jones turns the corner, cuts it back, and Aegis defeats the cross. Vianos had a great shooting angle and would have had something on that ball.
Well, Jeff Aegis, the defender of the year in Major League Soccer in 2001. Right place at the right time there is Kobe Jones. You like that acceleration around the corner and the good timing on the Cienfuegos pass to Jones.
Hendrickson with a flick-on header, and Aegis gets called off as Cannon communicates with his backliner. Playing the possession game, short to Conrad here. Russell. Cerritos. Short long as Mulrooney tries to feed Russell up the wing. Russell will sprint forward often during the game, but Mulrooney's serve wasn't where he wanted it.
Well, Ian Russell has shown some confidence to go at Paul Caligiuri on the dribble.
Long ball for Hernandez behind Aegis. He's in alone. Hernandez scores! Luis Hernandez!
Well, Luis Hernandez, a player who has caused some consternation to the LA Galaxy coaching staff, Siggy Schmidt in particular. Luis Hernandez, player who's been in a difficult position, but this is a great position to be in here, in behind Jeff Aegis and the San Jose Earthquake defense on a great ball out of the back, over the top from Greg Vanney. And Hernandez, El Matador, the finisher from Mexico, puts it away as you would expect from a player of his pedigree.
Second playoff goal for Hernandez. He led the Galaxy in regular season goal scoring with 8, although he played in only 14 games. Vanney, the only assist as of the moment. We'll double check on it. Goal coming barely into the 21st minute. And now San Jose has to play with a bit of desperation against a team which itself is dominant when scoring first. 11-0-2 in the regular season. In the playoffs, 2-1, and the one being a phenomenal collapse against the Metro Stars when LA gave up 4 goals in 11 minutes, the fastest 4-goal bunching in MLS playoff history. Jones looking forward against Barrett.
It was a fantastic ball by Greg Vanney out of the back to find Hernandez streaking in behind the San Jose defense that was caught flat.
And the keeper, Hartman, picks up an assist. There's a little MLS Cup history for you. How sweet that would be for Kevin Hartman, who, as we told you, blamed himself for poor field play for the '99 MLS Cup loss. Alexi Lalas on the LA Galaxy bench.
Man on, Lexi, man on!
Yeah, hello. Hi,
Well, a very direct approach worked there for the LA Galaxy, straight over the top from Vanney to Luis Hernandez. And I was waiting to see whether anybody would celebrate with Luis Hernandez, because yesterday at practice, it appeared that most of his teammates didn't want to have anything to do with it.
Russell on the outside with Conrad looping corner. Vianos is the defender. Caligiuri has a look at Conrad now. Conrad takes him on. Caligiuri down. Conrad now moves around Sasha Victorine. Donovan brings it back outside for Eklund, now goes far post. Eklund goes all the way over the top for Corrales, heads it back into the middle. It's over Cerritos. Califf clearing it. Eklund half volleys for Donovan. Can he turn? No. Vianos cuts him off alertly.
Siggy Schmidt called Peter Vianos the toughest 130 pounds in the league.
Russell for the far post. Nobody there. Jones all the way back. Gives it up to Aegis at the center circle. Now Barrett. Conrad has Russell on the sideline. Caligiuri steps in and makes sure. Send it downstairs to Rob Stone.
Well, Ty, earlier you alluded to the distanceness, if you will, of Luis Hernandez and his teammates. Some unexcused absences during the season kind of alienated some of his teammates. But you look on the bench, you know, it's a no-brainer. When a guy scores a goal, you're getting up and celebrating. But it's also his defensive efforts that he's shown in his opening minutes that has the LA bench solidly behind Luis Hernandez thus far.
Hernandez is a big game player, no question, but a big game for Hernandez that didn't turn out his way was here in February in the first World Cup qualifier, the USA beating Mexico 2-0.
Here's Vallanas, a guy who bleeds soccer, according to coach Ziggy Schmidt. Cienfuegos, who may have lost a step and has had an up and down year, although he continues to bring the full effort to every game.
He's still pretty crafty on the ball, too.
Elliott taking on Mulrooney. Corrales helps out on the tackle. Barrett to Mulrooney. Now Aegis. Corrales quickly to Donovan, who's come all the way to the sideline to show him the ball. Corrales tries the 1-2, nice ball into the seam. Donovan tries to accelerate. Caleb takes his legs out from under him. Free kick coming for San Jose, about 30 yards from goal.
Well, these guys were teammates on the 2000 U.S. Olympic squad, but you wouldn't know it now. Caleb, every chance he gets, trying to put some muscle or get a clip of Landon Donovan.
At halftime, the New York Life MLS Cup 2001 halftime report, Landon Donovan. We have a visit with him and highlights and analysis of this first half. LA has had success going long, way over the top against San Jose. Early to Kobe Jones down the right wing. Later, as Hartman and Vanny saw Hernandez streaking behind Aegis. Aegis asking for 10-yard restraining here, and Cienfuegos taking his jolly time. Stott not issuing a yellow card as he could in this situation, or at least give a stern verbal warning to the offending players who are within the 10-yard constraining area. Vallanas wins another ball, gets it back from Hernandez, has Victorine on the diagonal, outside of the football. Conrad rescues it and takes it out over the sideline.
Conrad having to resort to a desperation slide tackle there because of good work again by Luis Hernandez, helping to force that turnover into Peter Vallanas, and then they work the combination.
Cienfuegos hasn't come up on him a little. Jones lets rip with a half volley. It's wide. It'll be a goal kick to San Jose. Kobe Jones, the all-time leader in U.S. national team appearances, the captain of the LA Galaxy, and badly wants to get his hands on the cup.
No one has played more MLS playoff games. And no one currently in this league is more confident dribbling one-on-one with the opponent's defenders.
Caleb goes outside, Barrett looking into the blinding sun, but he wins the ball to Corrales. Donovan goes away from the ball at the arc. Elliott blocks down the cross. Now Barrett, he can put the ball in there. Tries the change of pace, Hendrickson shuts him down. Corrales goes to the far post, looking for Russell over the top against Caligiuri. Double deflection, and it comes out. It'll be a corner kick for San Jose. Fourth corner kick already for the Earthquakes.
Russell played at the University of Washington. Kevin Hartman, of course, one of the many UCLA players on the field for the LA Galaxy.
We expected that LA, with all those taller players in the middle, would have an advantage in the air. San Jose may have to change things up on these corners. It's having no success penetrating the dangerous part of the penalty area. Mulrooney tries a spin move against Vanny. Now here's Russell to help out. Vanny takes a bump at him. Vallanas blocks it out. Vallanas has been an outstanding player in the back half of the field for LA so far today.
A stalwart performer for the U.S. Olympic squad, also in Australia in 2000.
Vallanas just 23 years old. Donovan against Caligiuri, and Caligiuri wins it. Barrett, not a clean volley. Cienfuegos will settle. He knew he had Jones, who switched all the way right to the left side. Late tackle from Conrad, and that could earn some plastic. It is a yellow card in the 28th minute to Conrad for the challenge on Jones.
LA with a lot of offensive weapons. Kobe Jones here, being clipped after the ball was out of our screen there.
Manny with another beautiful ball. It's a 60-yarder, and Hendrickson settles it as LA changes the point of attack. Hendrickson takes on Corrales. Corrales trying to shepherd him. Hendrickson gets around. Goes for the far post. Here comes Jones. But there's Conrad to give up the corner. LA going one side of the field to the other and all the way back, and it almost paid off.
LA working the flanks very well. It's Hendrickson sneaking up on the right. Kobe Jones working the left side. Cienfuegos coming up in support of Victorine as well as Luis Hernandez. And this is a nicely lofted ball by Hendrickson looking for Kobe Jones.
Cannon checking the defensive assignments. Elliott's corner. Hendrickson going for it at the spot, and Agus had his feet tangled up with Ezra's.
Agus also got a bit of the ball. A big defensive play, in fact, but it was nearly a penalty kick.
Donovan into the middle. Here comes Mulrooney. Manny forces him square, and Mulrooney gives it up with Jones tracking all the way back to the back line. The captain setting the example for LA, playing the full 120.
Issued to San Jose, number 17, Jimmy Conrad. In the 29th.
Here's Califf going outside for Victorine. Tries a chest pass. Just about gets his chest caved in.
Well, Victorine also knows right over his shoulder, here comes Jimmy Conrad, who's been putting the forearm on him every chance he gets.
Conrad and Victorine just a year apart at UCLA. And there they go at it again. Conrad gets the better of it. But Victorine steps in and stabs the ball. Cienfuegos. Elliott, first touch, looking short and long for Victorine through the seam. And Conrad has it. Let's go downstairs to Rob Stone.
We're joined now by San Jose head coach Frank Gallup, down 1-0 early. What kind of adjustments do you guys need to make?
I thought we started brightly, and the goal kind of caught us cold. So we just need to push on a little more, start getting the balls wide to Ian especially, and so we can get up the fullback and get some crosses into service for Ronald and Landon. I think we might do them on the break though, so we'll keep going.
It seems like you guys have been driving a lot of balls into the box. Is that backfiring?
Not really. I think they're getting set up first. We've got to do it earlier. We've got to whip that ball in early so we can catch them. Once they get set up, they've got some big boys in there, so it's difficult.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Certainly, Frank Gallup would love to have the services of Manny Lagos right now. It's not that Corrales isn't doing his best, but Lagos was a legitimate all-star and got called in for the national team, and in fact was on the bench in the final 18 for Bruce Arena for the game against Jamaica, which ended up being the day that the U.S. went on to advance to the World Cup Finals. Lagos twanging a hamstring, not available today. Here's Cerritos working against Caleb. Corrales on the overlap. Corrales guns it, and Caleb blocks it out for a corner. Monday Night Football. Well, last week it was a joke, but it gets serious this week. Eagles-Giants, big one in the NFC East. The top spot is on the line. Monday Night Football, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ABC. Don't miss the annotated Dennis Miller each Tuesday morning online at ESPN.com. Keyword Monday Night Football. Hendrickson knocks it down. Caleb knocks it out.
To find out more about the camps in your
Ty, if you're San Jose, how do you try something different against the likes of Caleb and Hendrickson, the big guys who are controlling everything in the air for LA?
When we spoke to Frank Gallup last night, he said he wanted to make sure to work the ball out wide and try and bypass the engine room of this LA Galaxy team, which is their three-man midfield, especially Peter Vinas and Simon Elliott.
Russell against Elliott. Donovan outside, taking on Jones. Steady, changes the point of attack all the way across to Barrett. San Jose not the best at coming back after allowing the first goal. Corrales can't control. It's going to be a goal kick for LA. During the regular season, the Earthquakes allowed the first goal 7 times. They had no wins, 6 losses, and a tie. The MLS winning percentage after allowing the first goal was .255. San Jose's was .071.
Well, the absence of Manny Lagos puts a great deal more pressure on young Landon Donovan, but you see he's risen to the occasion so far in the MLS playoffs, the top scorer and a player for the U.S. national team, and coming up through all the U.S. national team ranks, the youth national team, he's always been able to become a dominant player. But today, without Manny Lagos, his job is much more difficult. He's going to get hammered physically by Danny Califf.
Kobe Jones with a brilliant touch to kill the ball on the sideline. All the way across looking for Victorine. It hangs for him. He knocks it down against Barrett. It goes out for a goal kick. What skill from Kobe Jones. Stopping the ball in his laces and it almost connected with Victorine.
Kobe getting way out wide here for the Galaxy, keeping this ball in play. How about that, the little heel flick at the last moment, as it appeared that he was not going to be able to control that ball. Not a bad idea to look for Sasha Victorine, ghosting in at the back post. There's Kobe. He finds it somewhere, and that's just pure instincts to be able to come up with that ball and keep it in play.
Boy, you don't think that's grace in soccer. You don't have eyes. Incredible to be running at that speed, an over-the-shoulder ball, looking into the sun and bring it down on your instep and keep it in bounds.
It's also sheer athleticism to keep your balance throughout that process.
Corrales. Califf, unchallenged. Decides to go for a 50-50 toward Victorine. You can see how LA is very confident putting the ball up for grabs, up high. It has owned the air game today. Jones goes for the shot! Saved by Cannon! Kobe Jones pings it!
LA looking for that second goal, and it's Kobe Jones again. This time, instead of out wide, he's coming to the center and driving the ball low. Cannon reacts well.
Russell around Vianas, too far forward for Cerritos. Vanny reading the angle well. Vanny comfortable out wide where he used to play. This year he has shifted inside as a central defender. LA had to move Robin Fraser in the offseason because of a salary cap difficulty. Fraser going on to the Colorado Rapids. Ronnie Eklund in his first year in Major League Soccer. Corner for Russell. Caligiuri blocks it out. It's a corner kick for San Jose. And now, do we see something different on the sixth corner kick effort for the Earthquakes?
Jack, what's interesting is Troy Dyack, you expect him to be the target on these corner kicks, but they've gone more to Corrales, maybe using Dyack as a decoy. But at some point, you have to involve Troy Dyack because he is the best battler for this eyeball.
This goes all the way over the top looking for Barrett, but Hendrickson is way too much. Check it, it's Conrad, but Hendrickson just too much for him to handle. There's Barrett. Russell. Mulrooney going against Elliott. Curls it far post. Corrales can't catch up to it. It goes to LA. There's Manny Lagos, 30 years old, had by far the most productive year of his career, not just statistically, but also in how he interacted with Landon Donovan. They hooked up on one of the most beautiful goals you will ever see in the closing moments of a game in San Jose as Donovan spooned the ball up and over the defense, and Lagos, being a coach's son, knew just when and how to make the run. Donovan hit it. Eklund with a textbook tackle, getting all ball and then flicking it outside. Barrett stumbles over and Cienfuegos picks him. Here comes the quick counter. Jones trying to go past Barrett. Late contact. Jones goes down, won't get the call.
Kobe Jones started off on the right side. He's come out to the left side. He's cut in from the left side, and now he's back out on the right side. He's creating havoc.
Califf goes knee to knee, and he is down. It's a chance to remind you that in about 10 minutes, Rob Stone and Dave Durham will be by with the New York Life MLS Cup 2001 halftime report. Feature with Landon Donovan, 19-year-old who really sees the big picture and also has brilliant vision on the field. Also, Ty Keogh analyzes this first half. It seems in instant analysis, Ty, that San Jose has got to try what it does best, which is to play short one-touch passing. They're trying to go up in the air, and LA is seeing it all the way. Here's Vanny's serve, hits Victorine in the back as Hagas had a double handful and got away with it. Cerritos against Caligiuri, and Caligiuri does not get away with it. That's a hold here in midfield, and that's a break for San Jose.
Well, San Jose would do well to get the ball to Ronnie Eklund on the ground more often. He makes very good decisions, and he's the guy that can target Landon Donovan and Ronald Cerritos with those pinpoint passes. But so far, because when you think about it, LA has 3 central midfielders. San Jose only has 2 central midfielders. So Eklund has not been able to find that time or space to create those attacks.
Alongside Ty Keogh with Rob Stone and Dave Durr and our ABC crew, I'm Jack Edwards. This is MLS Cup 2001. Luis Hernandez in the Bud scoring summary, the only goal of the game. The keeper, Hartman, getting an assist, and then Vanny feeding it brilliantly over the back of the defense. Hagas was victimized. Hernandez buried it, his second of the playoffs, and the Galaxy is that much closer to its first ever MLS Cup. This is its third trip to the final. It twice has been turned back. San Jose never even won a playoff series before this year. It had missed the playoffs 4 years in a row, but the Cinderellas of Major League Soccer this year are just one win away from getting their hands on the hardware. Elliott against Mulrooney. Jones against Barrett. Hendrickson trying to show in the box. No angle, and Jones has to bring it back to Elliott. Serving it left-footed. Schmidt marvels at how Elliott is able to control the ball with any surface of either foot. He says there are very few players in any league at any level who have the ambidextrous abilities of Simon Elliott. Elliott went to Stanford, a New Zealander. Alexi Lalas questioned the admissions policies of Stanford when he found out that this man, Elliott, had gotten in there. Elliott trying to serve it long for Victorine. All in jest, of course, as I'm sure that Alexi had to pass all the tests to get into Rutgers with all his brilliant soccer ability. It's a goal kick coming for the San Jose Earthquakes.
Yeah, I think Alexi's ice hockey playing ability might have had as much to do with him getting into Rutgers.
It certainly wasn't his guitar playing at that point, we know that. No panic for the San Jose Earthquakes. This is a team that has scored a lot of goals. In fact, the last time Landon Donovan played on this field at Columbus Crew Stadium, he scored 2 in a 3-1 series opening win against Columbus. Hernandez goes flying in contact with Conrad. They were either equally at fault or there was no foul, and Kevin Stock rightly makes a non-call there.
Well, Luis Hernandez hustling like we rarely have seen him hustle for this LA Galaxy team. And he'll normally run when his team has the ball, but we're seeing him now, even when it doesn't look like his team is going to gain possession, he's still in there scrapping, battling, fighting, and causing problems. It's a big part of the success so far for the LA Galaxy.
Eklund, Corrales, and Donovan hooking up far side and springs Corrales, but he serves a bad ball. Lucky bounce. Russell picks it up. Cerritos was in offside position and had to pull himself out of the play, not available for it. That's why Stott allowed the play to continue. Now Eklund tees it up. Caligiuri up for the block. San Jose working the ball through midfield, just as Ty Keogh said it would have to, getting the ball to Eklund and playing that short pass combination, which led to the quick attack. Now Eklund looking long. Cerritos up over Vanny. Califf half volleys it, gives it away. Mulrooney's shot. Hendrickson blocks it down. Turns away from Donovan. Squirts it outside. Kobe Jones available, and Jones will carry to midfield. Cienfuegos back to Jones, 1-2, and here goes Kobe. He's still got great speed at 31 years of age. Jones into the box. Diak up for the header. Follows through, and it comes outside. San Jose a little bit gapped here.
What is working perfectly for the LA Galaxy is the fact they are overloading the San Jose back four. When you think about it, Hernandez hustling and scrapping and battling. Kobe Jones showing up in different parts of the field. Sasha Victory battling Jimmy Conrad and Troy Dyack for every high ball. And Cienfuegos adding to that pressure so that even Jeff Nagis feels it.
The less comfortable they are in the back, the fewer good balls Eklund is going to get to distribute forward on the attack.
Perfect point.
Donovan against Califf, beats him. Corrales can't return the favor. Hendrickson in the way. Hendrickson, for a guy with a bad left hip flexor, is playing a heck of a game. Warm temperatures in the mid-60s, 40% chance of precipitation with the forecast of some scattered showers, but it's beautiful right now. Russell takes on Caligiuri. Caligiuri shepherds him. Caligiuri will become the men's and women's coach at Cal Poly Pomona as soon as the LA Galaxy season is over. Mulrooney turns it sharply. Donovan scores! Landon Donovan! It's tied! He is a superstar right now at 19.
The golden boy of U.S. soccer doesn't miss much. When he gets a loose ball in the box, he buries it. Very quick thinking, very quick acting. It's good work here in the corner. Russell and Mulrooney combine, and just for an instant, Donovan appears open in the box, and with one touch, his marksmanship impeccable. It's into the upper corner. almost breaking the net.
Donovan fouled 4 times in the first half, but you can't foul him every time. And if he gets loose and has a chance for a one-timer, he'll bury it on you. Hendrickson wants right back at him. Feeds for Jones behind Dyack. He's got 2 men in the area. Big collision. Cienfuegos goes down. No, that's Cienfuegos' volley. Was Vianas getting knocked head over tea kettle. And by the way, don't forget the feature with Landon Donovan coming up on the New York Life halftime report just a couple of minutes away. And now we have the kind of game that we thought we would get, with both teams attacking and the ball going end to end. Donovan's 5th of the playoffs, leading all playoff scorers in the 43rd minute from Russell and Mulrooney to tie the game 1-1. What a huge emotional boost going into the room for San Jose if it can hold on to this 1-1 tie for the last couple of minutes.
Jack, the 2 best finishers on the field have struck for their respective teams.
There's a cup at stake, and they're playing like it. Elliott will try a 30-yarder. It goes off the back of Victorine. Agus, Eklund, changing the tempo, settling things down. Putting a little calm back in San Jose after it got scrambly on the initial counter following Donovan's goal. Program reminder, ABC Sports has a huge one coming your way. Excuse me, we'll talk about Thursday Night Football on ESPN. The Colts and the Chiefs, Thursday at 8:30, 5:30 Pacific. The Colts trying to get things back together offensively. That game coming your way Thursday. There will be 2 minutes of stoppage time added at the referee's discretion. Paul Tamburino, the referee of the year, is the official. Oh, and Donovan gets hauled down by Hendrickson, 26 yards from goal. This is an immense free kick opportunity in stoppage time.
Well, again, it's the quickness of Landon Donovan just nicking the ball past Ezra Hendrickson. Hendrickson really legitimately going for the ball, but instead he got a piece of Landon Donovan's ankle.
There you see about 26 yards here. This is going to be pretty easy to mark off the 10, because if that's 26, 16 is 4 yards higher than the penalty spot and 2 yards lower than the 18-yard strike. This kind of stoppage needs to be ruled out. There should be a legislative change by FIFA, the world governing body, to get rid of these kinds of delays, because it slows the game down needlessly. There's no need for the defenders to encroach, as they're currently doing. They're within 10. Mulrooney tries it anyway, and it hits the wall.
There's a perfect need for them to encroach. That's how they blocked that free kick.
Well, the problem is you get into an argument about are they 10 or not, and the referee says 10, then they creep in a yard. A deflection, and Hartman has to make a reflex save as Cerritos gets in the way with Caligiuri and Hendrickson sandwiching.
This would have been a certain own goal as Landon Donovan drives the ball into Cerritos. Cerritos putting the pressure on the Galaxy defenders, who almost knocked it in their own net.
Good. 7th corner kick coming for San Jose.
Hartman very alert there.
San Jose has enjoyed a lot of chances, but really hasn't been productive in the air. Another high ball, and again it's Victorine winning it over Dyack. The first half of MLS Cup 2001 has come to a conclusion. Luis Hernandez scoring in the 21st minute from Vanny and the keeper Hartman, but just 2 minutes plus stoppage time before the break. Landon Donovan on a first touch cracker that finds the corner, and it's 1-1 at the break. Let's go down. MLS Cup 2001 on ABC Sports can be heard in Spanish by pressing the SAP button on your remote. 45 minutes without interruption, and 45 minutes away from crowning a champion. Neither of these teams ever has won MLS Cup. We thank New York Life and all of our sponsors for allowing us to bring you MLS Cup 2001 without interruption. Califf, Victorine, chests it down, Jones square, has Vianas going through the seam. Barrett climbs the ladder, Victorine, Cienfuegos, Elliott. Curls it for Hernandez with Caligiuri overlapping toward the corner. Both teams play the same 11s who finished the first half. Elliott can't go for the shot as Mulrooney gets in his way. And Joe Cannon scoops it up. Cannon powers one downfield, looking for Cerritos. Vanny manhandling him. Cerritos volleys it up in toward Hartman, who punches over Donovan. Cerritos outside. Eklund, Russell plays the short ball. Califf has it. The drive and a save. Hartman. The big shot from Eklund, who can ping it.
Well, and Ian Russell again getting involved over on that right side. Here's Russell getting the initial ball from Eklund. Remember, it was Russell's cross that set up the goal for Landon Donovan. And a quick release there by Eklund from well outside the box. And Hartman had trouble holding it. In fact, he let a rebound there, but no one there from San Jose to look for it.
Eklund has not scored a goal all year. Not that he is not capable of playing offensively, and we anticipate seeing more of his offensive skills in the second half with Manny Lagos unavailable because of the hamstring. Donovan challenging Hartman. Here comes Corrales with the interception. He's got Cerritos, but he's offside.
Now the speed of Cerritos, a part of that San Jose offense. To create goals. Corrales playing on this left side in place of Manny Lagos. They miss Lagos, and the offense is not the same.
Of course, it is kind of logical that the two teams that are still standing at the end of it would have the two best offenses. Dyak. Here's Russell. Trying to get around Caligiuri. Hits top gear. Turns the corner. Gets taken down just outside the box. It's going to be a yellow card on Caligiuri in the 48th minute. Another step inside, and that's a penalty kick call.
Well, this has been a recurring story in this game. The quickness and youth of Ian Russell getting the best of Caligiuri. Caligiuri having to resort to tangling him up. And receiving a yellow card for that deliberate foul.
So one each way now, as Conrad got one in the 28th minute against Kobe Jones. Agus can tee this up. Wouldn't be surprising to see him try a short post shot. Agus can drive it with the left foot. Three-man wall. Tries to curl it. Off the post, and Hartman clears it. The volley goes over the top. Oh, Agus had everything but the right bounce off the iron.
Agus's hands went straight to his forehead. He could not believe it because he pings this ball straight off the post. Hartman doesn't know where it is. And look at this. That was still going in until Hartman reached back and slapped it off the line.
I think that might have hit Caligiuri on the way back. I'm not sure. From the angle where I was.
It did. It had a weird spin on it. I would guess that that was the case. And Hartman had no idea where the ball had gone. He looked behind him. It's about to go in, and he pulls it off the line.
Remember, though, that the foul was won by Russell challenging Caligiuri. Look for San Jose to go back to the well. Referee Kevin Stott has stopped play. Pete Vianos seems to have a kink in his neck out at midfield. I did not see any contact. There is plenty of it just behind the play, though. This is a hotly contested game between two teams who are quite familiar with one another. Donovan pestering Vanny and fouls him.
Oh, this is a classic California derby. And these teams tried to decide who was the best team in the regular season in the Western Division, and the season cut short with those cancellations due to the September 11th tragedy. And now they get to prove it here in Central Ohio.
A home-and-home series that was supposed to decide the Western Division canceled as the whole last week of the MLS regular season was called off. Elliott turns. Comes across Jones, but it's tipped by Barrett. Jones for Hendrickson. The drive goes over the top and hits the awning behind. Kobe Jones holding the ball sweetly, and Hendrickson pumping one. 55 miles an hour on the Pepsi Power Shot.
Well, you have to love about both of these teams and both of the coaches' approaches to this game is they are sending players forward. Ezra Hendrickson, the right back, Kobe Jones setting him very nicely onto his left foot. He gets a little bit under it, but the fact is you've got an LA team that sometimes is playing with four forwards when Cienfuegos comes up and helps pressure. And now you're seeing San Jose coming forward not only with Landon Donovan, but Eklund out of the midfield in support of Cerritos.
Short ball, and again, here's Russell going against Caligiuri. It's deflected out for a corner kick. If you're just flipping over at the top of the hour, maybe leaving one of those football games that's so packed with ads, we're going to go another 40 minutes at least without commercial interruption at MLS Cup 2001. Alongside Ty Keogh, with Rob Stone and Dave Durr, I'm Jack Edwards, along with our ABC crew. It's a beautiful day for soccer in Columbus, Ohio, a 1-1 game. The San Jose Earthquakes tied it a couple of minutes before halftime when the prodigy 19-year-old Landon Donovan smacked the volley into the top corner to tie it. The San Jose corner. Dyack up for it, one of the rare head balls that San Jose has won. Ty, I still think that San Jose is going to be better served by playing something short out of the corner. They're not getting anything in a dangerous part of the area.
With Danny Califf in the center for the LA Galaxy, and very ably assisted by Sasha Victory and Ezra Hendrickson. They get all the high balls. Junior Agogo warming up on the sideline for San Jose.
New York Live. Pepsi.
Adam Fry looking like he's about to come on the field for LA, and they might put him over in place of Caligiuri because Fry's speed will match up better with Ian Russell, who's causing so many problems.
You have no idea where Fry is going to come into the game.
He can play anywhere.
He literally can play any of those 10 field positions. Russell for Donovan, who holds the offside line, goes back against Califf, outside of the foot for Corrales. He knocks it down, there goes Barrett to the corner. Corrales looking for Cerritos, Fanny heads it over the top, and it goes out for the corner.
An important play there, and good positioning by Greg Vanny because Cerritos is very good at finishing with his head, and he was getting open at that back post, but Vanny staying with him and making the clearance with his head.
Paul Caligiuri is coming off the field for the last time in Major League Soccer. Adam Fry comes on, and this is the end of an era in American soccer.
Caligiuri still with the chance to be a part of a championship. Caligiuri, who has done so much for the sport in America, going all the way back to his first appearance with the national team in '85.
Into the box, Donovan turns it just wide. In no space at all, Donovan turned and almost got one on goal.
Perhaps one of Donovan's best qualities is ability to turn and get the shot in a very tight space. He's frustrated because he has high standards for himself. He believes in his mind that he should have put that away.
Hartman, who is suddenly under pressure here in the second half. Cienfuegos wins it for Fry, immediately gets his first touch, and there he is out on the left side. Going all forward. Too hard a touch, Mulrooney cleans him out. Eklund leaves it for Russell, and Fry, fresh-legged, runs right back. That's a lot of adrenaline burning off right there. You get a chance to watch a cup game and suddenly you're in it. You're going to run like a madman for the first 3 minutes.
That's a good matchup now. You've got speed for speed. Russell will have a tougher time, at least initially, with Adam Fry. Fry's tremendous athletically.
I don't think Ziggy Schmidt is the kind of coach who's going to sit back and play for one counterattack. He's going to attack as often as he can. Russell for Donovan, plays the early ball. Califf cuts it off though, gives it right back. Donovan, blocked down by Vanny. Donovan finds Mulrooney. Donovan, Russell, Fry the defender, and Russell misplays it out of bounds to LA.
Landon Donovan becoming more active here, getting out wide, looking for more space, trying to avoid some of those physical confrontations in the center up against Danny Califf.
In the second half, San Jose has dominated in the early going, taking 5 shots to the 1 for the Galaxy, but the 1 was a whistler as Hendrickson mashed the ball only about a foot over the bar. Conrad yelling down at Cienfuegos. Let's send it downstairs to Rob Stone with Ziggy Schmidt on the sideline.
Coach, first off, why the quick sub taking Paul Caligiuri out?
It was just a situation out, you know, Cal's played a lot of minutes, you know, over the last week and a half for us, and Russell just looked a little bit fresher, a little bit sharper, and, you know, in trouble. Fresh guy at the front.
You said you wanted to try and match up some 4v4 on their back four. Thus far, that hasn't happened in the second half, has it?
We still got to get a hold of the ball a little bit. We did it one time, and Dyack kicked it out of bounds, so, you know, we've got to try and do that. But they've had a chance. We've had a chance right now, but we need to hold the ball a bit more.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Okay.
Jones takes a swipe at it. Agus has it. Knocks it forward. Califf and Donovan. Califf goes over the top. Eklund steps into it. Donovan finds Corrales against the grain. Outside of the foot, Cerritos back to Corrales. Into space. This is Russell. Tees it up for the cross. Cerritos up. Hendrickson gets it down. Corrales, Cerritos turns volley. Just wide. Oh, Cerritos with a gorgeous turning volley and didn't miss by much.
Cerritos, a player who can be very effective in the box. We saw his jumping ability just before this on a high ball coming in, and then it pops right back to him. Good hustle by Corrales, and again on the half turn. Look at Kevin Hartman fly on this one, trying to get to it. He's not sure if it's going to be wide or not, and Kevin Hartman really got over there in a hurry. It would have been a tremendous save, but a nice turn by Cerritos to get the shot initially.
Magnificent skill as he spun the ball into the air and went directly to the volley on the turn. Jones back to Caleb. Lionas.
Caleb overall in this game has been at the right place at the right time quite a few times to break up plays, but the quality of his clearances have lacked and caused problems for the LA defense.
Conrad for Russell with Cerritos forcing forward. Donovan into the late seam, but there's Vanny again.
2 or 3 occasions, Caleb's made a good defensive play only to not get the ball out of danger well enough.
Hernandez coming middle, runs into 3. Elliott chips it over Barrett to Jones. On the go, Kobe Jones. The back heel into the middle behind Victorine. Bad luck for Victorine as his run was just a step forward of where Jones served the ball.
I don't know if there's anyone in the league with better breaks than Kobe Jones. Did you see him stop on a dime there?
The guy's got thighs like tree trunks. Corrales looking into the middle. Donovan goes down, and Vanny says he went down a little bit too easily. A program reminder, next Sunday, Smart Ones Skate America, the first event in the Grand Prix of figure skating. Michelle Kwan, Sarah Hughes, Sasha Cohen head the field. Sunday, 1 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific on ABC Sports. Yeah, winter's coming, but it's a beautiful fall day here in Columbus. Dyack giving it all, but not able to volley the ball back into the middle. Troy Dyack said he looked at the ceiling for 2 months after spinal surgery and wondered himself if he ever would play soccer again.
Dyack was devastated thinking that his career was over. He's made of tough stuff, there's no question about it. I guess his surgeon knew what he was doing too.
Well, then Troy came back and did a knee.
Yeah.
But nothing can keep the guy down. He is doing what he loves to do. On the far side, Fry has run out of his shoe.
Troy Dyack matched up with Sasha Victorine. And Victorine about 3 inches taller than Dyack, but I think I would bet on Dyack on a high ball.
Mulrooney reads it, steals, gives the ball away. Now Jones. As Elliott going forward to the right wing, plays it against the grain. Hernandez turns it back for Ezra Hendrickson. Hernandez has a little bit of room, turns against Barrett, goes on the through ball. Agus reads it and knocks it out. That's good defensive support by San Jose.
Well, how about Ezra Hendrickson, though, coming all the way forward from the right back position to dart into the penalty area, looking to get on the end of Hernandez's pass.
He's the X factor. We're in the 60th minute. Hendrickson playing with a bad left hip flexor and comes up a little lame after that quick turn. I have to keep an eye on him. He's limping out near midfield. Fry across the 18. Hernandez against Corrales. Hernandez goes down. Kevin Stott rules it's a dive. Donovan off to Eklund. Cute ball looking for Cerritos. Vanny sees it coming though. Cerritos tries to steal. Comes out off San Jose.
Right now, San Jose taking perhaps a page from the LA Galaxy book because they are putting so much pressure on the LA backline with Donovan, Cerritos, and then Russell coming up on the right side, and that's why you've seen San Jose dominate in the second half.
Vianos, the through ball splits the seam. Victorine, but there's Dyack. Jones tackles hard through Barrett to win the ball. Dyack tackles hard through the ball, knocks it out of bounds.
You don't want to get in the way of that tackle.
Jones on the bouncer. Goes for the far post and it goes over the bar. Those are scary for keepers. There isn't much breeze, but there's enough to make the ball twirl just a bit. Russell racing the right side. Cienfuegos, a late challenge from Cerritos, and Cerritos wants to console Cienfuegos, who is down in a heap. They're both from El Salvador.
Well, they're teammates.
No personal malice there.
Teammates for years on the El Salvador national team.
We're in Columbus, where college football is a huge part of life, and there is a huge college football coming your way on Saturday on ABC Sports, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Oklahoma against Nebraska, then regional action, Michigan, Iowa, Maryland, Florida State, UCLA, Stanford. On the West Coast, number 13, Oregon, and number 15, Washington State at 4 p.m. Pacific time. It's all coming your way, college football on ABC Sports. This is MLS Cup 2001, the championship of Major League Soccer in the 6th year of the league, a year in which the league experienced an attendance growth and looks to be going in the right direction. There is a very bright future for soccer in America, and Landon Donovan is the brightest light in a whirl of young stars. Vanny to serve it, drilling it. Corrales. Vianas volleys it wide. One of the first bad balls Pete Vianas has played today. Vianas had a week off as the LA Galaxy had to punch a hole into its season and had a tournament canceled. Didn't know what to do with himself because he just lives the game. Jones looking all the way across. Victorine pushing off against Conrad. It'll be a San Jose restart.
Victorine, who almost single-handedly eliminated the Metro Stars in the first round of the playoffs. 3 goals in 3 games in that playoff series. 2 of them at final deciding day.
What win there is at Joe Cannon's back. 75 yards, and again, there's LA's power in the air. Califf going over Cerritos. Russell and Eklund play the short game on the sideline. Russell comes in to Cerritos. Now Eklund toward the corner. He's got a sweet touch. Works against Elliott. Elliott keeps great body position, and Eklund has no way to penetrate here. He comes out for a corner to San Jose.
Well, Eklund may have gotten away with just a slight foul there, but he did it very sneakily, and he won a corner kick for the San Jose Earthquakes. But if you look at San Jose here in the second half, they look very much the way LA did in the first half. You're looking at almost 4 men pushing up. Eklund there, the 4th man into the attack, behind Donovan, Cerritos, and Russell.
Getting a little breezier as we go deeper into the second half. Mulrooney again, the high corner, looking for Conrad against Hendrickson. It's another corner to San Jose.
That's a good, solid defensive play by Ezra Hendrickson, but if you want to put any blame on the goal that Donovan was able to score, it was Ezra Hendrickson who let Donovan have that little gap of space that Donovan capitalized on to tie the game.
Hartman satisfied that the marking assignments are correct. Not much dialogue here. Again into the box.
Well, Dayak did get his head to that one, but may have collided heads with Ezra Hendrickson. At the other end, Kevin Hartman's been under some intense pressure throughout this game. In the first half, they had to scoop a misplay by Sasha Victorine. And here, a near own goal for the LA Galaxy. Hartman alert. They're getting bumped by Landon Donovan. No call there. And here, stopping a long-range shot by Eklund.
The possession stat is a very dubious one in soccer, but something that you've suggested, Ty, is just to keep track of which side of the field the ball is on, not necessarily which team has it. And I'll tell you what, in this second half, it's probably been 70% in LA's end of the field.
Yeah, other than the run by Kobe Jones where he put the brakes on that we talked about, there's been very few situations where LA appeared to have San Jose chasing back.
San Jose's taking it forward and holding it there and moving it around with possession. But here's LA. Jones against Barrett. Elliott first touch looking for Victorine, the target man against Conrad, and Conrad wins the challenge. Fry chests it down against Cerritos. Has to turn outside. Good support in numbers by San Jose, just a sea of white shirts, and Fry had no options. Vanny tries to penetrate, forward to Victorine. Cienfuegos outside. Looks far side for Hernandez. He pushes Agus down before the ball gets to him. It's a foul on Luis Hernandez.
What a rivalry Mexico, USA, Luis Hernandez, Jeff Agus. In swinging cross, lofted. There's a little push from Luis Hernandez, but if you go back to the LA Galaxy goal, it was Luis Hernandez who outpaced Jeff Agus on that great ball from Greg Vanney out of the back.
Cannon scuffs one. Victorine forward for Hernandez. Cannon is out. Hernandez is behind, but the flag is up. It's coming back. Cannon scuffing the goal kick and getting lucky that Luis Hernandez had not conscientiously tracked back into an onside position.
Pretty impressive playoff statistics for Luis Hernandez, El Matador. In behind before the ball was played, called offside.
Vianos has a little bit of space. Mulrooney wants him to go right. He goes straight up. Agus with a hard challenge through Victorine. Mulrooney, Donovan has Cerritos. Donovan carries, cuts it back. There's Vianos to win the ball. Ezra Hendrickson.
Donovan has some pretty good breaks himself when he decides to change direction.
Vanney takes on Donovan. Califf. Fry. Elliott. Deliberate change of field by LA. Eklund on the challenge. Fry goes down on contact. It's going to be a throw-in to Los Angeles. No, referee Kevin Stott has ruled a free kick. The barn burners are here. I saw them at the airport. Chicago faithful, always turning out in support of soccer. They wish their team was here. But it was ousted by Los Angeles on Wednesday night. Cerritos trying to get a little bit of space, has to retreat to find it. Conrad, Russell, hard challenge. Vanney wins the ball. Victorine in the foot race. Dyak turns away from Cannon. The keeper was out, and Dyak plays it out of bounds. Not much room for error here as we go into the final 20 minutes. Both of these teams immensely productive in the final 15 minutes of regulation time. And in fact, San Jose scored 51% of its regular season goals in the final 15 minutes of halves. Final 15 to the first and the final 15 to the second. And in fact, that's where Landon Donovan's came today in the 43rd minute. Hendrickson trying to fight through Corrales. It's off Kobe Jones. Lucky bounce for San Jose, and this will be a goal kick.
Ezra Hendrickson so dangerous coming forward. How about Joe Cannon? What a character, what a nut he is. Makes him a great goalkeeper. He really doesn't know what he's not capable of.
An amazingly athletic family. Donovan trying the outside of the foot against Califf. And Hartman clearing it. Cannon's twin brother John is in the Dominican Republic right now pitching in winter ball. He's a minor league pitcher who has a chance to play in the bigs next year. Landon Donovan has burst into the bigs this year in Major League Soccer. He takes on Califf here. Looks for Cerritos over the top. It drifts in the wind. Vanney pops it up, and there's Russell. The wind is holding up the ball in the air, and it's making it more difficult and perhaps neutralizing somewhat LA's advantage up high. Conrad looking far post, and that one was drifting out, but Califf gives up a corner.
Well, Danny Califf knows that Landon Donovan is somewhere in the vicinity. And I'll tell you what, and despite the fact that Kevin Hartman was screaming for Califf to leave it, he's still thinking, well, Landon still might be there somewhere. I'm going to take no chances.
12 corner kicks now for San Jose in this game. Evidence of territorial advantage. They haven't done much with them. Morales curls it back. Mulrooney volleys for the far post. The header knocked down. A foul before the play as Dyak was in there like a linebacker, tackling the whole huddle and throwing him out till he found the ball carrier. And Pete Vianos' nose has a crook in it now.
Troy Dyak, he's a bull in there. Mulrooney nicely placing this ball towards that back post. Dyak all over Peter Vianos.
Jones against Conrad. LA on the counter here. Jones still has the great change of pace. Takes it to the end line. Conrad cuts him off. He goes inside. Gets off a shot. It's blocked. Here's Elliott's drive. Just over the top. Oh, Simon Elliott with the left foot had it labeled.
Elliott strikes the ball beautifully with either foot. The initial block here, though, Wade Barrett and Troy Dyack really paying the price, getting down low. And that's a tough ball to hit by Simon Elliott. He has to make about a quarter turn at least to get around on it. And he definitely put a scare into Scott Cannon's bones.
Simon Elliott.
Make that joke, Cannon.
Simon Elliott still looking for his first playoff goal. Has 2 assists this year. Elliott goes out wide to Fanny, who has looked in the last 10 minutes as if he really wants to go forward, and here he is. And there's Victorine, but Agus steps around the back to win the ball.
Good run by Victorine, but an even better read by Jeff Agus.
Donovan to Corrales, deceptive trap, and it's offside as Cerritos is slow getting back. Vayanas off the quick restart. Fatigue beginning to become a factor. Both of these teams played on Wednesday night in must-win games. This is going to be a goal kick. Let's go downstairs to Rob Stone.
Well, Jack, fatigue definitely being recognized by the San Jose bench. Just spoke with Frankie Alec and Dominic Kinnear, and they said, hey, Ramiro Corrales hasn't played a full game in a while for us. Ian Russell has had a real good run as well. So they have alerted Zach Gibson and Dwayne D. Rosario. You guys, take off the sweats, be loose, be ready. You guys may be coming in very soon.
Thanks, Rob. Corrales has appeared in all 5 playoff games for San Jose, but he has averaged just 26 minutes per game, and this is the 73rd minute. And in a cup game, a cup final, the adrenaline is pumping all the time, and this is the time of game that you see players make major physical errors because of fatigue. Here's Eklund against Vayanas. Through ball. Russell's chip goes over the top. Russell with a dramatic right side run, and Eklund showing the kind of touch he has.
I'm not so sure I would take Ian Russell off of the park today. He's had a wonderful game on that right side, and look at this tremendous run. Eklund with the vision to find Russell. Remember, the reason that Paul Caligiuri is on the bench right now is because he couldn't stay with Ian Russell, and now the man that came on for Caligiuri, Adam Fry, is having that same difficulty.
Donovan hopping back and forth, and he's offside, misreading the pass from Cerritos. And so we head toward those final 15 minutes of regulation time. San Jose's best 15-minute segment of the regular season was the final 15 minutes. It outscored its opponents by 7 goals on aggregate. LA is no shrinking violet. It outscored its opponents by 9 in the last 15 minutes. It's a mark of a championship team, but when the game is its toughest, they play at their best. If there is overtime, it will be 2 15-minute periods of golden goal and then a penalty kick tiebreaker. This one drifts over Russell, and Fry will have the throw for LA. Brian Mullen, who was Creighton's top scorer in 2000, is getting set to come in for Los Angeles. So Ziggy Schmidt looking for his second of 3 allowable substitutions here. Corrales comes square for Eklund. Head up as always, outside of the foot. Donovan right back to Eklund. The Swede goes to work. He's got Mulroney on the right side. Here comes Russell on a diagonal run toward the corner. Mulroney, the change of pace. Top of the box. Mulroney tries the shot. Contact. And it's a goal kick. Sasha Victorine is being signaled out of the game by the 4th official. And Mullen will come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. LA Galaxy substitution.
A credit to Brian Mullen for even being back on the field. Ankle surgery earlier in the season. He was expected to miss the whole year, but he bounced back.
Substitution is in the 75th minute.
Corrales. Donovan lets it run through to Cerritos. Now Donovan explodes into the space. Caleb grabs it from behind. A yellow card coming on Danny Caleb in the 76th minute. Obvious call.
That's some scary acceleration and quick thinking by Landon Donovan, who already has a goal today. As he made the dummy run, letting the ball go through, And then getting it back from Cerritos, and there he gets the inside track, leaving Caleb almost no choice but to run across Donovan's path. Right now, Donovan getting some trouble from Luis Hernandez about maybe hitting the ground a bit too easily. As if he would.
That's the pot calling for Caleb Black right there. Caleb, by the way, led the team in yellow cards and caution points. And with 15 fouls committed coming into this game, led all MLS playoff players in fouls committed. That's the one area that he's got to watch it.
But how quickly Donovan got the inside track on Caleb. That's a gift.
Remember earlier when Agus barely missed a free kick. Mulrooney also over the ball. Looks as if it'll be Mulrooney. He'll try the curling shot. Can't get it down underneath the bar. Adam Fry. I may have done Eklund's heritage wrong. He's from Denmark. He's been all over the world. The guy has a worn-out passport.
Well, Frank Yallop, in fact, played against him in England. Yallop played about 15, 16 seasons for Ipswich Town.
Earthquakes with a 10 free shots advantage on the Galaxy. If you were with us for MLS Cup 2000 at RFK Stadium in Washington last year, you saw Chicago bring it at Kansas City for the entire second half, but was not able to score. And you wonder if LA just might counter for one here after San Jose has had so much pressure. And there it is, the stat with the Galaxy leading Major League Soccer in goals in the final 15 minutes of regulation.
Eklund getting the yellow for the late challenge. Eklund, not the youngest player out there. He's getting there a bit late. Coming in high on Simon Elliott.
So 2 each way.
Former player from Manchester City, Coventry City, and Barcelona.
Here's a high ball chance for LA. Vanny, top of the box too. The shortest man that the Galaxy has. Cienfuegos in a huge mismatch with Conrad, but Conrad can't control it out of bounds. Fry looks for a target. A little bit of lag in the tempo here. The teams really went at it hard the first 15 minutes of this half. Elliott with the steal, walks in, but there's Dyack at the last moment. Vanny heads it right to Donovan. It's a 2-on-2. He's got Cerritos left. Donovan can't split the seam. Caleb with a fine tackle.
Well, you might say Donovan was selfish there, but I think he was afraid Cerritos had gone into an offside position, so he decided to go with the dribble.
And also the upside of that risk and reward is that if he does split the seam, it's a 2-on-0.
Yeah, he's straight in. Landon Donovan, perfect control, head up. Cerritos is over to Donovan's left. And I'll tell you what, that's a big defensive play by Danny Califf. He picked the ball clean.
Tristan Donovan, Landon's twin sister. Her mom, Donna Kenny Cash, with Landon in a league for 6- and 7-year-olds when Landon was 5. In his first game, he scored 7 goals. They had a feeling pretty early.
Well, what's interesting, and it goes with that same pattern. Here's a 19-year-old showing supreme confidence in a national championship game.
Cienfuegos out wide to the veteran Kobe Jones. He takes on Conrad. Jones the step over move, stops in the box, chips it across. Dyack with a bicycle clear. Not the most elegant version of the bicycle, but it was effective.
Now you come down pretty hard from those two, and as you know, he's had the surgery on the neck vertebrae.
Vianas, the softball. Corrales heads it clear. Elliott. Cerritos goes over the top to win it for Eklund. Ezra Henderson, Mr. Stretch, getting the ankle in the way. Agus out wide for Barrett. Through the seam, Eklund, first touch, Corrales. Saw it all the way. Corrales now takes the space. Caleb has to come over. Square for Cerritos, stops it against Vianas.
This is good build-up play by San Jose.
Corrales fights off Caleb, goes through the seam to Cerritos, turns it for Donovan, has to pop it outside. But again, here's San Jose staying compressed with a lot of options. Mulrooney for Donovan, the header! Can't get it back across the goal.
Until the finish, a very impressive buildup by the San Jose Earthquakes. With Eklund starting it, Corrales being involved, Donovan working the ball out wide as well. He's always lurking in that penalty area. He showed in the first half with that tying goal that he doesn't need much of an opportunity to put it away.
You have to wonder if even Landon Donovan's legs are a little bit heavy at this point. If he'd had another half a step, he definitely gets that ball at least into the middle for a teammate to have a shot at it if he doesn't get it on.
Yeah, there was no way he was going to get enough power on it at that angle.
Elliott has a seam here, goes through it for Mullen. Oh, saving tackle from Barrett to give up the corner. You're seeing both defenses get stretched here, and that's what happens in the final 10 minutes. It's championship time. Somebody's going to come away with the cup today.
That was speed on speed. Wade Barrett recovering well. And Wade Barrett, a comeback story of his own. Missed basically the entire 2000 season through injury, but has come back to contribute very strongly to San Jose's fine season in 2001.
Zach Gibson, yet another UCLA player, is coming into the game. He will replace Ian Russell in the 82nd minute. It is San Jose's first substitution.
I don't know, I might have left Russell out there. He's been so effective today.
Gibson won an MLS Cup in '98 as a member of the Chicago Fire. He's in the '99 Final Four Los Angeles.
Yeah, he knows these guys well.
Played for Ziggy Schmidt at UCLA. Jones into the 6-yard box. Hernandez coming out of the challenge, couldn't put any leverage on the ball. And the restart to the Earthquakes. Let's go downstairs to Rob Stone.
Well, Ty, you just questioning that substitution. Ian Russell head down on the bench right now. He is spent. He is gassed. Zach Gibson brings a tremendous amount of pace, and Frank Albrey to make another sub, more pace. Ronald Cerritos will be coming off. Dwayne De Rosario, the Canadian international, coming on up top for San Jose.
And we have seen such development from De Rosario this year. A hesitant player at the beginning of the season, now a clinical finisher when given the opportunity, and a good compliment to Donovan because he's a Joe Maxmore type of player, very opportunistic and goes right at defenders.
Well, he's been one of the better scorers for the Canadian national team as of late, so De Rosario gaining confidence as his MLS season has gone along.
Nothing subtle here as Gibson gets a yellow card just after checking in. This in the 83rd minute as he takes down Fry in the corner.
Fry trying to use his speed there to turn the corner. And his speed has won a dangerous free kick from out on that left side for LA.
Ziggy Schmidt thought that the area in which LA would enjoy the most of the mismatch would be a set-piece play. But here he is, Cannon, leading that all the way. Cannon coming into this game with a 0.40 goals against average in the playoffs. And in the regular season, he had a 1.09. That over 25 games played. Hendrickson balls Corrales, that's a hold. And it'll be a San Jose restart. De Rosario will check into the game. No, he won't. Excuse me, I thought Stott, yes, he is signaling that the substitution is going to be allowed here. There's a delay here. Cerritos might be a little hesitant to come off the field. Nobody wants out of a cup game, that's for sure. So the sub actually comes in the 85th minute. One more for each team now, and that may be it as coaches in a championship situation don't want to run out of subs in case somebody goes down, and they have to make an emergency substitution. De Rosario flicking on the header, Vanny knocking it out. Hernandez stops the ball in front of Agus' challenge. Tries a through ball, Cienfuegos nowhere near it.
We're getting into the waning minutes of MLS Cup 2001, and we would see golden goal overtime. If this goes all the way, it's still tied.
Vianas. Vanny. Fry. 50-50 ball, and not even that as it drifts to Dyack. Cienfuegos heads it forward for Elliott against Mulrooney. Heel pass Cienfuegos into the space. Jones runs into Corrales. And Corrales hasn't been the most elegant player either, but he's been very effective and a better player than when he was on the East Coast.
He's closer to home. He's from Salinas, California. He's settled in and played much more confidently here for San Jose.
The shift and Fry has a long run as he goes past Ibsen. Goes for the cross. Cannon out to control it. Cannon from a remarkable family. I told you about his brother John. He's got a younger brother, Colt, who's a world-class skateboarder. He's got a brother who's a water polo player. Every one of these guys is a great athlete in a different sport. And there, by the way, was a 75-yard drop kick. He wants an assist to match Hartman.
And that was a bit generous. That's a stretch to give Hartman an assist on that goal.
Well, he rolled it to Vanny, and Vanny hit a perfect 60-yard pass. Vianas. Elliott against Ibsen, goes through the challenge. Poke tackle from Mulrooney to disrupt it. That's the kind of stuff that is getting people's eye and saying maybe Mulrooney could be a defensive midfielder for the national team at some point. De Rosario far side against Vanny, and it comes out off San Jose. Into the final 5 minutes of regulation time here, plus any stoppage time. Hendrickson can't stretch for the ball on the sideline.
Well, we're used to seeing Ezra Hendrickson get to those balls. He's fatigued. He's had the hip flexor injury. He's certainly not 100%.
Corrales. Here's the short game. Donovan, little hopeful. De Rosario is far from the back. Nail it back to Hartman. Offset. De Rosario gets a piece of it. Kevin Hartman's 1999 disaster flashing in front of his eyes right there. Elliott, sweet ball to Cienfuegos, but he misplays it, and Eklund, technically clean, picks his pocket. Cienfuegos, tenacious, wins it back to Vianas. Ezra Hendrickson. Hernandez drifting in the arc. 1-2 ball. Corrales comes back to win the ball, plays it off the ground. Mulrooney to Agus up to safety, and LA starting to get good possession and moving the ball around. And we've seen LA probe on the perimeter and succeed many a time. Kobe Jones around Eklund's reach. Hernandez at the 18, turns against Agus and Conrad. Hernandez the step over, goes low, it's offside as Fry comes racing up wide. But the near side official, Roger Itaya, had the flag in the air.
Yeah, just a little bit over anxious getting in behind before the ball was played. But what we're seeing here, I think, is a San Jose team that expended so much energy in the early moments of this second half and dominated LA that they don't have perhaps enough left towards the end here, and LA is taking advantage.
Slated for 2 minutes of stoppage time unless we get a significant stoppage in the last few seconds here. This is about when San Jose scored in the first half. De Rosario coming outside, Corrales now Barrett. As Agus available, plays him the short ball. Mullen the pressure, back to Barrett. Over the top for De Rosario. Can't make a clean first touch, and Vianas takes it away. He'll give up the throw in, and LA will reorganize the defense.
The type of game that Ian Russell was having, he's only 26. You tell him to suck it up and keep doing it. I still disagree with the decision by Frank Gallup to bring Russell off of the game.
Eklund gives it up. Dyack comes back to rescue his Danish teammate. Donovan, not a clean first touch. Hard off the thigh. Cienfuegos back to Vianas. Vanny, Fry. Into the middle, Hernandez tangling up with Agus. Stott lets it go. Here's Jones. Ibsen bumps him from behind, play on LA's advantage. In the 90th minute, Ezra Hendrickson going for a championship here. Cienfuegos looks for Hendrickson. He made a run all the way through. Ran himself into offside position. Cienfuegos had to pull it back to Caleb, who sprays it out of bounds.
Mulrooney there a moment ago, containing Cienfuegos. Cienfuegos with his patented quick turn on the ball wasn't good enough to get past Mulrooney. Next goal wins at MLS Cup 2001. We are in stoppage time. Two minutes up on the fourth official's board. Vianas, the through ball. Kobe Jones, Dyack flies it away and flicks it out of bounds. Mullen looks for a quick option. There is none. Hey, Kobe Jones is 31. Luis Hernandez is older. They're still running strong up front.
Hendrickson can't take it down away from Corrales. Mullen goes in against Barrett. Here's De Rosario, fresh legs, and Mullen, even fresher, chases him down from behind. De Rosario goes around Mullen. He's still got it. Donovan drifting toward the middle. Ibsen on the far side. De Rosario goes for the cross and headed out for a corner. Tracking all the way back as San Jose goes 90 yards for an opportunity.
Great end-to-end stuff. As LA looked so dangerous with Kobe Jones's run through the box, with Luis Hernandez putting pressure on Jeff Agers, but then the other way just as quickly. De Rosario and Donovan breaking for San Jose.
The cardiovascular demands of this sport are staggering. The legs are leaden, the lungs are burning, but the heads are all thinking it's time to win a championship. Mulrooney's corner, the 13th, Dyack over the top. Every time Dyack goes for a header, his doctors cringe, knowing that there are fused vertebrae in his neck, and that makes the other joints in the neck more vulnerable just because of the leverage of that. Frank Yallop, hoping his Earthquakes can pull out MLS Cup 2001. We are very close to going to golden goal here. Stott looks at his watch. Maybe one last chance. Ibsen pounds it for De Rosario. Hendrickson over the top. We are going to overtime. Golden goal. A goal to win a cup. Luis Hernandez got it for the Galaxy. Donovan got one back for the Earthquakes. We'll be back with golden goal play right after this.
So the other thing is just move the ball. Overtime has been ours all year. Let's get Mullen into the game a little bit. Okay, let's use him a little bit. He hasn't had many touches. Let's try and get some balls.
Schmidt exhorting the Galaxy in the break between regulation time
Barrett is dead tired
and overtime.
And Jimmy Conrad right now.
In fact, the Galaxy went to overtime all 3 games of its semifinal series against Chicago. The rules for overtime in MLS Cup are slightly different because at MLS Cup there are 2 15-minute golden goal periods. They will switch ends between the periods. There would be a short break between them if there wasn't a goal scored in the first. If it's still tied, then penalty kicks, 5 each side, to determine who wins MLS Cup 2001. I think we're going to see a goal from the run of play here. Players are fatigued. Both of these teams were extended on Wednesday night. Both went to overtime on Wednesday night, and here they are just a few days later going at it again. We have seen some fantastic attacking soccer. Both goals coming in the first half. Hernandez wants to go the distance all by himself. Mulrooney takes him down. It'll be a foul 40 yards from goal.
Only the second time in MLS history that MLS Cup has gone to overtime. That takes you back to '96, the first and only time previous to 2001. DC came from behind and beat this LA Galaxy team to win MLS Cup '96.
There you see 37 yards or so to the goal line. Great opportunity as Caleb is up, Hendrickson is up. LA dominant in the air all day long. And Elliott will serve it left-footed, curling it short. Agers half volleys it up. De Rosario and Cienfuegos, it goes off both of their backs. De Rosario has it. Ibsen charging up on the right side. De Rosario holds the ball against Cienfuegos, now plays it to Ibsen, has Donovan in the middle. Ibsen looking long. Vanny tracking back. Vianos settles on the thigh, comes outside to Vanny. That's Vianos' composure, just 23 years old. Vianos against Mulrooney. Elliott, deliberate play here. No mistakes allowed from the backliners. Caleb forward to Vianos. Elliott and Fry.
Becomes a chess match here. Neither team wanting to overextend or make the fatal error at the back. In fact, LA doing well to get past that pressure from Landon Donovan.
Vanny chipping into the corner. Hernandez gives Barrett a bump from behind. Barrett gets up and wins the battle. Corrales has a lot of space and he can carry it 25 yards here. De Rosario on a diagonal run. Looked as if he was moving offside, but the play continues. Vianas recovering the ball. Hardman saves it off the line. Vianas. Manning. You can see how tired these players are. Cienfuegos. Elliott. Fry. He and Mullen are the two subs. Check it, this is Mullen. Elliott over the top for Jones. Tries to turn it back into the middle of the box. Cannon says it drifted out, and that is the call by the near side referee's assistant.
As we saw in the first half, Kobe Jones, he'll start out on the left side. Later on, he'll sneak out to the right side. And we heard Siggy Schmidt just before this overtime period talking about going at San Jose's wingbacks, saying how tired Wade Barrett was over here on the left side of defense and how tired Jimmy Conrad was at the right back position for San Jose.
Califf looks over his shoulder where Donovan is lurking this ball. It comes out of bounds. The team's really playing conservatively right now. Very little pressure until teams get within 40 or 45 yards of the goal. They're not going to expend the energy unless it's a crucial defensive moment, and you're going to try to save something for an offensive burst like this one, except Vanny steps in front of Donovan. Vanny has done a good job since halftime of neutralizing Landon Donovan. San Jose's had a lot of shots, but Vanny many times, 20, 25 yards out, has stepped into the passing lanes. Cienfuegos, who has 2 goals in the playoffs, both of which won series. It would be truly astonishing if he could make it a perfect trifecta.
In overtime.
Through ball looking for Ezra Hendrickson. Cienfuegos' first goal went off an unfortunate Mark Chung deflection from a wall against the Metro Stars to win the series tiebreaker, dropping into a corner behind goalkeeper of the year Tim Howard of the Metro Stars. Then his second goal came just Wednesday night in overtime of Game 3 at Chicago as he chipped Zach Thornton and rang it in off the post. Here comes Mullen. Cienfuegos on the right. Up for Hernandez, tries the hook. Oh, clever move, but it just went over the top.
Luis Hernandez has been an absolute pest. And he's a cheater too. He's always fouling and grabbing and nicking guys on the ankle, just making it a nightmare afternoon for the back line of the San Jose Earthquakes.
Cannon with the wind at his back. 5th minute of the first golden goal or sudden death overtime period. Califf back to Hartman. And here's Hendrickson. You remember the pressure that San Jose was putting on LA in this part of the field early in the second half when it was expending a tremendous amount of energy. It can't afford to do that anymore. But here's Mulrooney stepping into a seam and winning the ball. Trying to get away from Mullen. Mulrooney looking for Donovan, but he wasn't looking for the ball right there. Fry carrying out. Into the middle for Cienfuegos. Elliott going forward. Cienfuegos steps back around Eklund. Has Hendrickson available on the right. The shorter man is Mullen. Lets it run through to Hendrickson. Elliott. Hendrickson up the line. Barrett the defender. Hendrickson wants to go right at him. Morales comes over. Delays Ezra. Elliott. First touch cross for the far post. And there's Cannon again.
Joe Cannon, a finalist for goalkeeper of the year in MLS in 2001.
De Rosario looking for the long ball. He and Ibsen are the 2 subs for San Jose. De Rosario going right at Califf. The shot! Scores! The Quakes win the cup! The Quakes win the cup! De Rosario, a golden goal! And they send LA home an MLS Cup Final loser for a 3rd time.
Either way, we were going to have a new champion in MLS. Neither one of these teams, and of course LA was hoping that third time would be a charm. Instead, De Rosario, with a little bit fresher legs, a little bit quicker, just made himself a couple of inches of space here to curl the ball around Danny Califf, and it looks like Hartman even got a fingernail to it, but not enough to keep it from ringing in off of the post. De Rosario there, yeah, kind of quick, yeah. And it's a touch by Hartman, and Landon Donovan's sister, Tristan, celebrates as the 19-year-old Landon Donovan already has his first MLS championship.
Let's go downstairs to Rob Stone with the man with the championship on his foot, Rob.
Well, first off, what's on the T-shirt, Dwayne?
Well,
All right, you're tired.
I decided to put on the shirt for all the war that's going on. You know, I just want everyone to just live with one and stop the war.
Dwayne, you got that?
It would be the best way in order to show how much I care.
You got that ball at your feet. What were you thinking?
Frank told me go on and just get the goal for us, you know. And I just went on there, I said one-on-one. You know, I played my strengths, and I saw this open space, I just took the shot.
How inviting was that far post?
That was a welcome. It was very nice, very nice.
Congratulations, Dwayne. Enjoy it.
Thank you, Rob. Kevin Hartman, helpless at the end. Landon Donovan had a goal. Dwayne De Rosario knocks home the winner, a golden goal, and we will be back to an emotional scene at Columbus Crew Stadium. Dwayne De Rosario, the MVP of MLS Cup 2001. Come back and join us for the celebration as the Quakes win the cup.
Cannon might have an assist.
Can we look at replay?
You know what? That was double deflected.
Yeah,
well, Califf got a piece of it too.
He pinged it. He put a lot of power on it. Okay. Okay.
You got to show the losers too.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
none of them out there except for Cal.
Yeah.
So the final pass was from Eklund, the previous one. Eklund and Ibsen.
Okay. I'm going to do the scoring on it.
All right.
Got to do this.
That's right.
After 4 straight years of missing the playoffs, the Quakes go from worst in the league last year to the champions this year. De Rosario in the 96th minute from Eklund and Ibsen to win the cup. Coming up next, ABC Sports travels to Orlando to bring you final round coverage from the National Carnival Golf Classic at Walt Disney World. That's coming up next on ABC. Taikio, what an amazing performance.
Well, people may have considered San Jose as pretenders, and maybe the LA Galaxy is the team that should win it since they've been here before. But in the second half, the San Jose Earthquakes outshot LA 12-3, and I think they earned it by the amount of offensive pressure they were able to put on LA in that second half.
Even without Manny Lagos, Landon Donovan, and an emotional wave rode San Jose to the title. We'll be back for the trophy presentation. Stay with us. Why don't they just get him up there? I mean,
Really?
seriously, why not? All right. All right, fine.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that's...
Okay. These guys will have their hands on the hardware soon enough. Let's go downstairs to Rob Stone with Troy Dyack, who maybe didn't even have a career a couple of years ago.
Yeah, we're joined now by Troy, the comeback player of the year. I mean, try and explain this to me. Just a few months ago, you're sitting up there staring at the ceiling, your neck in a brace, told you'll never play soccer again. Here you are, a worst to first situation with the San Jose Earthquakes.
I can't say anything, but it's a Cinderella story. I mean, I was looking up at the ceiling. I couldn't move, couldn't carry a freaking bag of groceries. You know, I couldn't do anything. Couldn't pick up my 1-year-old daughter. It's just emotionally right now, it's the best thing in the world that could happen to me. This season's been fantastic, and I love everyone for helping me out and coming back this year.
Troy, congratulations. Go enjoy it.
Thank you, guys. Take you back home, yeah!
Paul Caligiuri, the end of an MLS career. He and the Galaxy will play for the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup against the New England Revolution next week. Always keeping it in perspective and happy with his kids. The San Jose Earthquakes are MLS Cup champs on a golden goal by Dwayne De Rosario after Landon Donovan scored to counter Luis Hernandez's marker. For Taikio, Rob Stone, and Dave Duran, our ABC crew, I'm Jack Edwards at Crew Stadium in Columbus, Ohio. The final 2-1. ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com. Keyword ABC Sports. The Quakes are the Kings.
guys. You ready?
I'm ready.
Last year, they had the fewest points in Major League Soccer. This just their second playoff appearance, and now San Jose has pulled off a worst to first scenario. The presentation of the Al and I Rothenberg Trophy as MLS champions, the commissioner, Don Garber. Commissioner.
What a great season. A miracle on the pitch. It's my pleasure to present the Al and I Rothenberg MLS Cup Trophy to the captain of the San Jose Earthquakes, Jeff Agus. Congratulations.
Captain Jeff Agus joins us right now. 3 titles with the black and red of DC, 1 with the blue, the black and white of San Jose. Try and give me a compare and contrast.
Very different feeling. You know, we have a bunch of guys who a lot of people thought would never be able to even get to the playoffs, and we exceeded everyone's expectations except our own. I'd like to congratulate LA on a fine season. They were a very worthy opponent, and they made it very difficult for us. We couldn't be more happier. Thanks to our fans. Thanks to everybody who believed.
When you first heard that you were traded from DC to San Jose, you were saying, no thank you. I think you're changing your attitude a little bit more on that, and I know you changed once you met head coach Frank Yellow.
Best decision I ever made in my life. You know, Frank made me feel very comfortable, and this is a tribute to him and Dominic and SVS&E and all the people who believed in it. We couldn't have done it without them.
When did you guys know you were a cup contender?
First day I was with the team. We were down in Florida for preseason, and everybody knew it then.
Jeff, congratulations. Go enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now, for the presentation of the most valuable player of MLS Cup 2001, again, Commissioner Don Garber.
Dwayne, on behalf of our league, your team, a great crowd here in Columbus, it's my pleasure to present to you the awards.com Most Valuable Player. A great end to a great game. Congratulations, Dwayne.
Dwayne, when you got that ball deep down the left side, were your eyes squarely focused on that net?
Well, you know, before I went in, Frank and Dom said, go in the game and finish it off. So when I went in there and I had my opportunity on the 1-1, I decided to listen to what they said, and I decided to finish it off.
Best moment of your life?
Most definitely the best moment of life.
Dwayne, congratulations. Go enjoy.
Thank you very much. Number 1, baby!
behalf of Major League Soccer and your Columbus crew, we thank you for attending today's championship game. Congratulations to the San Jose Earthquakes and the safe trip home. We hope to see you here next season at Crew Stadium with your Columbus crew.